Few minutes of the attack on Pearl Harbor, Utah was hit by 2 torpedoes, which caused serious flooding.
Warren Upton passed away in Los Gatos, California, on Wednesday. He was the last crew member of the sunken battleship Utah, one of the ships anchored at Pearl Harbor, and the oldest survivor of the 1941 Japanese attack. He was 105 years old. Kathleen Farley, the California State Chair of the Sons and Daughters of Pearl Harbor Survivors, verified the death, which occurred at a hospital. According to her, Mr. Upton received treatment for pneumonia. On December 7, 1941, Mr. Upton was working as a radioman aboard the USS Utah. At around 8 a.m., he was below deck, grabbing his shaving gear, when the ship was hit by 2 torpedoes in short succession. In 2021, Mr. Upton, a San Jose, California homeowner, told the San Francisco TV station KTVU, "It was quite an inferno. As she turned over," he said, "I went over the side then and slid down the side of the ship. In a matter of minutes, the ship capsized." In Pearl Harbor, Mr. Upton and others disembarked from the ship and swam to Ford Island, which is next to a line of battleships. He assisted a fellow shipmate who was unable to swim along the route. In a 2018 video interview, he recounted that they sought refuge in a ditch being excavated for sewer pipes. He said that gasoline oil was all over us. The ship was never saved, and 58 crew members perished. However, 461 crew members made it through. Mr. Upton persisted in sending and receiving Morse code radio messages during the conflict. After it ended, he enlisted in the Navy Reserve and fought in Korea. According to his daughter Barbara Upton, Mr. Upton settled in the Bay Area, got married, had a family, and worked as a radio technician for General Electric and United Airlines as well as a teller at a Wells Fargo bank. He was a lifelong active member of the Pearl Harbor Survivors Association, a non-profit organization for military personnel who were there on the morning of the assault on the Hawaiian island of Oahu. On October 17, 1919, Warren Upton was born in El Dorado, California. When Warren was 7 years old, his father, Charles Elmer Upton, who was a teacher and school administrator, passed away. At the age of 17, his mother, Ora Adeline Ralston Upton, passed away. After graduating from high school, Warren joined the Navy and spent years in Hawaii prior to 1941. According to Ms. Farley, whose father was a member of the USS California, which was also anchored at Pearl Harbor on that day, he was just a very quiet and gracious man. She collaborated with Mr. Upton to remember those who perished in the assault and preserve the memory of survivors. "My own father and many Pearl Harbor survivors taught me that no one thought of themselves as heroes," she remarked. "They'll claim that I'm not a hero. On December 7th, I was there carrying out my duties as directed. The 2,403 who never returned home are the heroes. The Utah was not supposed to be a target. It was a training ship that was demilitarized in 1931. In a flash passing, I could see, in a flash going by, gun turrets without any barrels," the Japanese pilot in the Utah crash later stated. He referred to striking the Utah as a mistake. Valeria Jean Upton, a former Navy nurse and Mr. Upton's wife of 60 years, passed away in 2018. He has 2 sons, Dennis and Charles, 2 daughters, Mary Upton and Jill Parsons, 5 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren, in addition to his daughter Barbara. The attack on Pearl Harbor claimed the lives of over 2,400 American soldiers and civilians and injured almost 1,800 more. The following day, the United States declared war on Japan. Recent years have seen a sharp drop in the number of survivors of the attack. In 2011, the Pearl Harbor Survivors Association dissolved due to low membership. According to the Sons and Daughters organization, there are approximately 15 service members who are known to still be alive after Mr. Upton's passing. 100 years old is the youngest. This month's yearly memorial service at Pearl Harbor was only attended by 2 survivors. Warren was deeply distressed to learn that his shipmates were leaving before him, according to Ms. Farley. She stated that on December 7, 2019, Mr. Upton made his last visit to Pearl Harbor. Years ago, Mr. Upton decided against the honor of having his urn placed by naval scuba divers in the sunken battleship, even though he was entitled to it. Ms. Farley remembered him saying, I was very fortunate to make it off the ship and swim back over to Ford Island. I refused to return to the ship